by and easy, exit 172 and I-20.
New Orleans don't make a lick of sense to most people. And our chicken is no different. A fast food restaurant selling fried chicken that takes 12 hours to marinate? That makes no sense. We don't make sense. We make chicken. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
She does this cute little saying almost every day that her and her mom used to do. And she says, "Did I tell you I love you today?" And then I say still. And then she says always. So it's just a cute thing that happens pretty much daily. Even just before, I'll just be about to fall asleep and she wouldn't have said it that day. And then she says it. And it's adorable. Forever means it all. Means everything.
From the station that's on your side, News 12, first at 5, continues.
We are continuing to learn new information tonight about the deadly mass shooting in Augusta over the weekend, but there are still a lot of many unanswered questions.
Yeah, like what caused two biker groups to fight in Florida and how that fight made its way up here to Augusta. But 2 people were killed, 4 other people were hurt, and 12 are facing murder charges in connection to the shooting, which happened Saturday evening on East Boundary Street. Now, Sheriff Roundtree says that they have federal partners giving them real-time intel on the possible threat of another shooting in retaliation. We still don't know what the previous incident in Florida was that led to the latest shooting at the Outcast Motorcycle Club. The sheriff says this was a major wake-up call for his agency when it comes to having a large network of law enforcement partners.
So it's a lesson learned for us, and I think it may help other neighborhoods and other cities become safer too by us sharing our information with them and sharing this incident and what we have learned and the information that we gathered. We definitely pass it on to them so we don't get another retaliation in someone else's backyard.
And coming up all new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we're breaking down how the sheriff's office says it's working on connecting with those outside agencies to prevent a shooting like this from happening again.
Taking a look outside downtown.
Rain changes over the next few days for you in just about 10 minutes.
Thanks, Riley. An Aiken man accused of attacking a public safety officer with a knife and then ramming the patrol car. It happened early this morning on Whiskey Road and East Pine Log Road. Police say 30-year-old Richard McCarthy rammed into an officer's car, sending them into the Regions Bank property. They say he then pulled out a large knife and went after the officer. Additional units arrived and shot McCarthy several times, sending him to the hospital. His injuries are considered non-life-threatening at the time, but he will be charged with attempted murder. According to SLED, which is now leading this investigation, this is the first time an Aiken public safety officer has shot someone this year.
A Burke County High School student accused of assaulting a school resource officer. Now, this happened around noon today after the SRO was called for a disruptive student. The student is now in custody and is heading to a detention center. No other students or staff were hurt and no weapons were involved. That investigation is still ongoing. And at Glen Hills Middle School, a parent and another man are facing charges tonight after the school district says threats were made against 2 students there. According to the school, the 2 students were in a fight in the car line when a parent and a man got out of a vehicle and approached the students, threatening them. No weapons were involved.
More than 70 affordable housing units are coming to Augusta. The decision was made earlier today by the City Commission. This development will come to the Charlie Norwood VA's campus by repurposing an old building already there. The next step is a combined effort between the city and the VA to apply for a low-income tax credit and a historical tax credit. The deadline to apply for tax credits is this week.
A new report out from AAA estimates that more than 42 million Americans will travel 50 miles or more away from home this upcoming Memorial Day weekend. That marks a 7% increase from 2022.
And if you're on the roads here in Georgia, you may want to buckle up that seatbelt as State Patrol officers will be out and about as part of their annual campaign. Robert Hydrich is the communications officer with the Governor's Office of Highway Safety as he explains that Click It or Ticket campaign, it saves lives.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration estimates that seatbelts save almost 15,000 lives a year. It's based on a research they did in 2017.
Heidrich explains, and he wants to remind you that passengers in the back seat must wear a seatbelt no matter their age.
Oh, there's this myth that riding in the back seat is safer than the front seat. You don't need to wear a seatbelt. That's a myth. When you're not wearing a seatbelt, no matter where you're sitting in a car, in the event of a crash, your body's traveling the same speed of that vehicle.
And another reminder, use a phone mount or other device if you're using your phone for navigation, or better yet, have a passenger give you those directions.
A new playhouse built entirely by women. Earlier today, the Augusta chapter of Professional Women in Home Building cut the ribbon on the project. PWB is a volunteer group that aims to support and empower women in the field of construction. Laura Adamski says this playhouse is the first of its kind for the group.
This is our first project playhouse. It's an all-women built playhouse that we've donated to the kids here at the Y, and we are excited about promoting the construction industry for the next generation.
And it's not just construction. Women from all aspects of home development, like real estate, they are welcome to the PWB.
The Burke County Sheriff's Office celebrating its newest batch of CHAMPS graduates this week. CHAMPS is a program we've told you about in the past in places like Richmond County, aiming to set students on the right path. These students spent the last 12 weeks getting guidance and life lessons from Burke County deputies, a great program in both counties.
Yeah, and congratulations to all those graduates. Controversial book bans becoming a topic for parents across the country. Why a South Carolina school district is deciding to keep a book on the shelves instead of taking it. Riley?
And we are tracking some thunderstorms on First Alert Radar Network today, and now it's going to continue over the next couple of days. We'll have that full forecast next.
Time and temp.
Into that weekend outlook. Over the next 7 days, we're just going to see up and down temperatures, but back to more seasonal weather for the weekend with those highs in the mid-80s.
All right, thank you, Riley. We've seen debates in several of our local school districts over which books kids should have access to at school libraries and which they shouldn't. But it's not just a local issue, as parents across the country deal with similar decisions.
Ray Uranian explains why a Charleston area school board is choosing to keep a controversial book on the shelves.
6 and opposed. 1.
In a 6-1 vote, the book stamped Racism, Anti-Racism, and You will be allowed to remain in Dorchester District 2's libraries. Officials say the book has been on its shelves for at least a year.
We don't want our children to just parrot what we say. We want them to draw conclusion. And they aren't able to do that if you only give them what you want to spoon feed them.
Powell says the book dives into historical American figures like George Washington and discusses the impact they had on African Americans. Kelly Bates was the lone board member to vote against the appeal.
My main issue is just evaluating the content of the book against the requirements in the proviso and our policy, and does it meet the requirements put forth by the two of those, and I didn't feel it did.
Board members say the book isn't being used for lessons in the classroom, but rather just another item in the library's catalog.
Our policy was that it's pertinent to the curriculum and instructional goals, and the proviso bans critical race theory or ideologies that fall along that.
Powell argues the book does not teach critical race theory and says the book instead gives facts to support the author's opinions on history. She also encourages parents to get involved, read the book for themselves, and have a conversation with their children if they're curious.
Before you really go out against the book, make sure you've really read it. Research the areas that you think there are inaccuracies and make sure there truly are, and not your feeling and not what you heard from your great-great-great-grandfather.
Now, even though the book will be allowed to remain on the district library shelves for now, some board members believe it could be challenged again soon.
Well, graduation season is here, which means graduation gift shopping anxiety is at full force. Well, coming up, a few ideas to make sure you've picked the right one.
First Alert.
High school and college graduations are being held across the area, and if you've received an invitation, you're pretty much obligated to get a gift.
The most popular gift this year, money or maybe a gift card. They're a can't go wrong choice. I mean, especially for college students.
Doesn't want money.
I know, especially for college students. But if you want to leave an impression that you've given some thought to the gift, our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker has found a few tech gadgets that'll probably get their attention.
What the Tech? Sponsored by Wow Internet.
There is no easier gift to choose than one for graduation. It's money. But before you drop a couple of 20s in an envelope, check out these tech gadgets for high school and college graduates.
These light panels are popular on TikTok, and with gamers, they know about these. The nano-leaf panels affixed to the walls in a pattern they choose and illuminate the area with a wide range of colors. Everything can be controlled through an app to select the colors and the themes, and the nano-leaf's lines are another option. Both are statement pieces that get this can sync to music or video game sound effects. Speaking of music, Soundcore's Rave Mini adds its own dancing lights to a party. The best sounding large speaker I've tried is portable enough for tailgates and days at the beach or pool, or just in their room. It's waterproof and the battery lasts up to 18 hours. Earbuds are fine, but headphones are a lot more comfortable. The Bose Quiet Comfort 45 headphones wirelessly play music over Bluetooth. They have top-of-the-line noise canceling to eliminate sounds from crowded coffee shops, airplanes, and dorm rooms. They have great sounds for all types of music. If their first job out of school is remote, or if they'll be using a laptop in college, they're going to need an accessory for their laptop. The Anchor USB-C hub can connect multiple USB drives, SD cards, and an HDMI for a second monitor or a gaming system. It's small enough to tuck in their backpack. Trust me, if they use a laptop for anything, these hubs are a game changer. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the Bose headphones are probably one of the most useful things that you could get, along with every other thing that will probably annoy the heck out of your roommate, with speakers and loud neon lights.
And you say that with a smile. You just looked at me and went, it'll annoy your roommate.
Because I was the one that did that when I went to college. So, I mean, I brought a loudspeaker and some neon lights to annoy everybody. But, you know.
Wow. Wow, Will, that's great.
What do you want me to say about that?
Yeah. Okay. Well, another celebration today. This one local for our state champion Westside boys basketball team. The team capping off back-to-back championships in March. Congratulations to them. How exciting is that? Our Dan Booth live for us in the studio. And Dan, the celebrations, they just kept rolling today, this time with an honor from the Mayor and Augusta Commission.
You know what? Those celebrations did keep going, and we could use some neon lights and some speakers maybe from that. But from the commission meeting today, an item was added to the agenda, which included the City of Augusta taking the time to recognize the back-to-back state champion Westside boys basketball team. Mayor Garnett Johnson presented the players and coaches in attendance with certificates for all of their success this season. The Patriots were down by as many as 11 points in the second half of the state championship game, but they kept pushing forward to defeat PCA in overtime, 89-81. I was fortunate enough to be a part of today's celebration, and afterwards I caught up with head coach Jerry Hunter to discuss what makes this group of players so special.
How we came together during some times of adversity, off the court as well as on the court. And we were down double digits, and the guys kept their composure. We understood what was at hand. Didn't get caught up in the celebrating our runs. We understood the journey versus the destination. So now we're here, and I'm looking forward to that signing days.
By defeating Providence Christian Academy in the state championship game this year, this is Jerry Hunter's third state championship title as head coach right here in Augusta.
A big congratulations to the Westside team on that state championship. We are keeping an eye on a few thunderstorms on First Alert Radar Network. We'll have another update for you coming up just after the break.
Plus, how will you celebrate National Barbecue Day? We're talking to our favorite,
Your favorite barbecue sauce.
Well, we're talking to our favorite viewers about their favorite barbecue sauces next. We got a Facebook poll up and running, y'all. And is it mustard or vinegar based?
Find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Duty models. See your local GMC dealer.
The WRDW News app on your Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV store. Even if you cut the cord, you don't have to lose your local news. Just type in or search WRDW, and you've got your local news, First Alert weather, sports, and more for free.
The Down to the River Sports and Tickets, and visit NorthAugustaSC.com.
Barbecue, a summer staple. Today is National Barbecue Day. The sauce, though, isn't that what really makes the barbecue stand out from city to city?
Yes. Yes, it does. But what do you prefer, mustard-based, vinegar-based, or ketchup-based sauce? on your barbecue. I'm Team Vinegar.
I am Team Mustard.
Of course you are. Riley
Of
says
course
that
I
he
am.
likes vinegar as well.
I like vinegar. A little spice with it is ideal.
And Richard's here. He says he's vinegar. So this did not go the way
Carly
that you
likes
thought it was
vinegar.
gonna go.
Richard and Carly, both South Carolina natives. I was saying that a lot of South Carolinians like the mustard base.
Yeah, but
Carolina Gold.
But your Facebook post is
I know.
majority vinegar as
It
well.
really is. It started out going strong, but Anthony says mustard. Justin says vinegar ketchup. Missy says mustard with pineapple juice. Tenny says team vinegar. Suzanne says I like both. I'm no help here.
Do we know where we got this file footage of the barbecue? Because I just saw it. It showed up Wiley's barbecue, and that's in Savannah. They have some really good
Nice.
barbecue.
It's probably
I know this
vinegar
came from
because it's so
WQC.
good.
Ryan Newsom is saying, yeah, Carolina Gold. So
I would
another
say
team
go with
mustard.
the house sauce. Like any barbecue spot you go to,
Ah.
they have like their house sauce that they do. I would say go with that every time because I mean it's tough to mess up barbecue sauce.
And that's what I was
Facts.
saying. I'll eat anything that's in front of me, so it doesn't matter.
Absolutely. Yeah, so hopefully you're celebrating National Barbecue Day. Right now we got dry conditions over Augusta. A little cloud cover starting to move its way back in, but we are expecting dry conditions over the next couple of hours. We'll see a second wave of possible storms pass through later this evening. 82 degrees, so we are starting to warm back up after dropping into the 70s after a quick shower that passed by earlier today. This is going to be our second wave. This is what's showing up a little bit later this evening and tonight. A few severe thunderstorm warnings just outside of metro Atlanta. Those storms are moving east towards us over the next several hours. And remember, for tomorrow, we got another decent opportunity of showers and storms in the afternoon. And then we really drop off those temperatures Thursday with highs only in the 60s.
All right, thanks, Riley. That's all the time we have, but stick with us. We have much more news, weather, and sports coming up after a short break on News 12 at 6 o'clock. Stick around.
Thanks for all of you for weighing in on Facebook. That was fun, even though I lost.